hear the phrase bold faith, what comes to mind? For many of us, it's the big thing. You know what I'm saying? It's believing God for the miracle, for the breakthrough, for that 7-figure business.
For the house, for the car, for the man, for the woman.
For the fine man.
Right.
We got to put fine in front of man. For the
any man, Jesus. I need the one that you took your time with.
Your hand crafted. Hey, shake.
I am screaming.
We play way too much. But that's real though. For a lot of us, when we think bold faith, that's where our mind automatically goes. But what if I told you that bold faith don't even start with the big things? That bold faith starts small. You want to know what takes bold faith? Praying when you're exhausted.
Facts.
Praying when you don't want to. When there's 500 million other things, literally, that you can do. Yeah. But you choose to actually take some time, and an extended amount of time, not just 5 minutes, and spend that time with God. What about choosing to believe when you're tired?
Yeah.
You ever been tired of believing? I know. Listen, I think I'm talking to me. I know I have been tired. Go ahead. You just look like you got something to say.
I'm just in agreement. But yeah, I think it's bold faith because it's we're placing our faith in God and not our circumstances. That's bold.
Okay.
Because, you know what I'm saying, it's hard to believe beyond our circumstances when we see what we see every day, if that makes sense. Like we see the situation that we're in, we see what we're up against, and I think it takes bold faith to believe beyond that.
Okay.
So where it may not feel like you have bold faith because you're not believing for the quote unquote big things, I think it's still bold faith because you're believing beyond what you can see.
Exactly. And that's no easy feat at all. That's how you build the foundation, the building blocks, to actually being able to believe for that 7-figure business or whatever big thing that you are believing for. So our point is that bold faith is not built overnight. Contrary to popular belief in this microwave society that we live in, where things are just supposed to...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We just want to be like, I woke up like this, and she's a we know what she's.
We can't eat.
But still, we think that's how it's supposed to be, and it's not. We don't wake up all the time with bold face. We got to work for it.
Nice. Okay, it would be nice. So we do not wake up like this, right? It is built moment by moment, step by step, and choice by, y'all know I'm big on decisions, and choice by choice, because sometimes you just have to decide. Yeah. To believe beyond, going back to what you were saying, to believe beyond what you can see.
Absolutely.
So, we got Bible. Let's talk about some people in the Bible who really had bold faith. And when we were kind of coming up with this content, I immediately thought about them disciples.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much faith it took to follow Jesus and to leave everything and follow him?
That is wild.
That is wow. Yeah.
I'm just processing that, like, just the thought of, like, because even John and James' brother, John and James left their dad in the boat, and people leaving their wives, and you know what I'm saying. But they had a greater hope, you know what I'm saying, beyond, like we were saying, what their current circumstances was.
Yeah. They stepped out into uncertainty, and aren't we presented with that same option?
Yeah.
It might not look like I'm leaving my boat right now and dropping all my fishes.
I'm weak.
But it takes bold faith to choose to, what's that song? I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back, no turning back.
Right.
That's a good one. The point is, it takes bold faith to decide to even follow Jesus in the first place.
And can we talk about how it takes us to another level of bold faith because Jesus looked nothing like what they expected? You know what I'm saying? Like, God is hilarious. He literally like they read all about the Messiah and the coming Messiah, but they thought it was gonna be somebody powerful. I mean, obviously Jesus is powerful, but I'm saying like a warrior, like an army person, a military person.
5'6".
Yeah. How we look? Listen, don't get us laughing for 5 minutes, cause Jesus be at 5'6". But I'm just thinking about like how it took bold faith for them to follow him, because he didn't look like what they expected him. He didn't show up how they expected him to show up.
Exactly. Yeah. And then he began to ask them of things that they didn't expect for him to, you know what I'm saying? To ask them, they didn't expect for him to ask them of. And so it seems so small and so minute.
Yeah.
Right? They just followed Jesus. But the reality is that is such huge faith.
It is.
It takes a huge step to do that. Go ahead.
And honestly, that's the same for us too, because we got, I'm talking about real kingdom people, like real disciples, people who are really trying to follow Jesus. That takes bold faith. In a culture that's so counterculture to the Bible, where at 30 and 28, we can be out here doing, a lot of other things.
Sorry.
We could be out here doing a lot of other things.
In these streets
instead of serving Jesus.
Highways and byways.
Right. Not the highways and byways. Oh, but that's facts though. You know what I'm saying? So, but like we were talking about earlier, we make a decision every day to serve Jesus and to seek God and to chase after God with everything that we have. And that's just bold to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
exactly the premise of the episode. Do that. Thank you. Go ahead.
So no, I just to wrap it all up, I just really admire kingdom people who are really have a heart for God, a love for God, chasing God, especially us millennials, like us late 20s and 30-year-olds and stuff. I just admire that, because that's not easy in this culture.
It's not, because we have given up a lot to follow Jesus.
For sure.
And that is what takes boldness. That's a smooth transition. Thank you. Right into the next person that we're talking about is the woman of Zarephath. Essentially, there was a famine, and she had a little bit of oil and a little bit of flour left, and she went to Elijah, and she was like, I'm about to cook this last cake, you know what I'm saying? And then my son and I, we just about to shrivel up and die. I think I made that part. I added an emphasis. I don't think that's in the Bible. But the point is, she said, we about to, make this cake, and then we're going to eat it, and we're going to die. Did. And Elijah said, okay, do what you had said, but first,
I'm weak.
You know what I'm saying? Make a cake for me too, right? Mm-hmm. She was bold enough to give up on, if any of us like, Negro, listen, you better go find somebody else. I gotta eat. My son gotta eat. Their natural inclination, our natural inclination as humans, is to hold on to the thing. But she gave it up. And so just to circle back around to what you were talking about, millennials being bold enough to follow God, when we could really be out here in these streets, wilding, doing whatever the heck it is that we want to do, because we is grown.
That's facts.
Can we just pause on the we is grown? I know baby faces, but we is grown. Okay, pay our own bills grown. Okay, let me
right.
I got triggered because my family forget that I'm grown because I'm the youngest. So let me come back down. And so that is what bold faith is. Bold faith is giving up. How many friendships have you lost because you have decided to boldly follow Jesus?
Several.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's what bold faith is. This friendship ain't really me. I ain't in that.
Yeah.
Can I have that? Ooh, we don't like that. How many vices can we? I got one in particular that
I got a few.
How many vices have you given up?
Real. You parallel parked on my street. Like, you parallel parked. She didn't even park or come down. She took her time with it. She parallel parked. Yeah, that's facts.
Okay, I got one in particular that we used to do together.
I ain't had nothing to do with it. I don't know what she talking about. I'm just playing. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Catch me on the camera. It wasn't me. No, but that's facts though.
Like, ooh, going up there high as a kite. That's Shay.
I was screaming.
I liked it. It was fun. Okay, I understand why folks get high. Okay, well, we. But at some point, these was like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Will you give that up?
And it's not easy. Like, people want to act like, I'm sorry. some sin was fun to me.
Okay.
Like I'm, you know, and,
Okay.
you know. Now, obviously,
Real fun.
repent of your sin, follow Jesus, give your life to Jesus, all the things. But let's not act like there wasn't a time where sin was enjoyable.
It sure
or at least
was.
we felt it was enjoyable,
It
right?
was.
So it's costly.
Very.
It's bold faith. It takes a bold faith to give that stuff up. And it feels so good.
Exactly. And that is the point, right? We're trying to shift our focus from this idea that bold faith is only believing God for the big things.
For sure.
Because we get so focused on that and then we hold on so tightly
Yeah.
to the little things that God really wants, that really shows that I'm submitted and that I am surrendered to you and that I am following you with all of my heart.
Facts.
That's all we saying. So how do we build bold faith in our everyday life? Y'all know I am big on spending time with the Lord. I think we need to build a faith break into our week. This is essentially where we replace one activity. How many of us just be scrolling? Me,
Mindlessly.
mindlessly. Me, I love a good TV show, a good movie. How many of us just have time where we're just doing nothing? Well, we can replace that with getting in our Bible, reading our word, praying, or even watching a sermon by someone who is real and not fake. Another I'll move on. That's a whole another conversation. But when's the last time we've listened? Oh, since we're here, I know we only got a few more minutes, but when's the last time we listened to a message that was actually convicting?
That's good. Man, that's a whole episode right there.
That is a whole episode.
And I'm realizing really quick, like that's becoming, what's the word?
Passion?
Yeah, a passion of mine. I can't stand seeing people fed what Pastor Phillip called it cotton candy. Like, I you know what I'm saying? Like people are just getting fed like all this bull crap, but they're never really getting fed or handed Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Or being convicted of their sin, repenting, like the Bible tells us to do, dying to ourselves. No, they want to make you believe you're God and you can manifest. You know. So anyway, all those things. So yeah, it's definitely important that we get in the habit of listening to messages and reliable spiritual leaders that convict us.
Exactly. Our ears should not always be tickled. We should sometimes walk away being like, dang, I'm mad that they even said that. Why did he have to preach that?
Thanks.
Like, dang, you just stepped on all of my toes. And so building that into your habit, finding some sermons, some messages that is actually convicting. That's one way. Another way, building faith, bold faith in your everyday life, asking God for strength. When's the last time you just asked God for whatever it is that he wants, whether it's a relationship, whether it's advice? When's the last time you just asked God, can you help me to give this up? It's something so simple. But yeah, something. What? Like,
it was how you look. It's so simple.
Like, it's something so simple.
Yeah.
But it's something so powerful. Sometimes we want the deep thing. Sometimes there is no deep thing. That's what I meant by it's something.
Because sometimes
so
we really do need him to help us to give up a particular thing or turn away from a particular thing. You know what I'm saying? Like without asking him for his strengths, that's how we stay in cycles. If that makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? We need him to help us out of certain things, especially if it's been something in our lives for a long time or a habit we've been doing for a long time.
Exactly. So we are building a faith break into our week. We are asking God for strength, and we are just practicing gratitude. Sometimes when we go through those seasons where God's like, give me this, give me that, give me that, you know, we can focus so much on what we are losing instead of having gratitude for what God is doing for us in our future, right? Because that's why he's asking us for it right now. But also gratitude for what he's done and what we actually still do have.
For sure.
And so that's all we are saying is bold faith is a lifestyle. It is not just believing God for the big things. It's about having the faith to believe God, to help you endure the process, and to help you get through everyday life. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's all. Anything?
That's it.
That's it. That's all. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this. Write in the comments what's one thing that you are going to have bold faith and give up that God is asking and requiring of you. Put it down in the comment section. We want to chop it up with y'all. And that is all we got.
That's it, folks.
Well, KP out.
KP out.